so you remind me one of the things that happened to me. So if you remember, go way back to 2001, 2002, when the dot-com bubble burst. So those days, internet business had just started. So anybody who registered a .com domain and then started a company with that same name could easily raise $10 million and then go, file for IPO and then make a lot of money. And then that was it, without having a proper business, without selling a single thing. So when the bubble burst, so it was all about making a PowerPoint presentation and showing, oh, this is our business plan, this is what we're going to do, this is the name of the company, and blah, blah, and here is the management team, and then give us $10 million. It's all on PowerPoint. But when the bubble burst, now it's about, okay, what is your business model? What are your margins? And how are you going to scale? So, of course, people didn't have businesses. So I attended a workshop. And in this workshop, one session was titled, Less PowerPoint, More Excel. So if you want to build a business, it's about the Excel work. So
it's very accurate.
And people, unfortunately, it's complicated. The other thing, unrelated, but definitely what you just mentioned, I think we need to mention. You can manage all your margins as far as you push them, but they have a limit. And what I'm talking about is how much you're paying for the merchandise. What's your landed cost? Okay, you're going to stop somewhere. You can't buy it for nothing. Your Amazon commission, non-negotiable. Your FBA fee, they're fixed. You can maybe not waste so much by picking the right size and the right tier, but but your selling price is the direct influencer to your margins, your bottom line. And as yet, people are stuck in one price point because they say, this is how much we're going to sell it for. Guess what? It can only go down from that based on what discount you are offering. So there is a company, it's actually was started by, believe it or not, it's a friend of mine. He's the founder of Prosper Show.
You're talking Prophecy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking a lot at it. I think that's I think that's an area that everyone should be prioritizing in their business. It should have always been the case, but this year, I feel like if you're not doing that, you could be looking at an extinction event in your business on Amazon. Like, things have changed and a lot of sellers haven't changed with it. So that's sort of not just knowing that sort of business intelligence anymore in your business. And again, not to be hypocritical, I just hire people, hire solutions that can do this. So you not wanting to do it is not an excuse not to do it. Like, so,
yeah,
right. So yeah, but like how you said it, I've never heard it said that well. And that is the case. You are in control of that. You do need to raise the price. Prophecy, we're looking at a lot. That's Chad Rubin.
Chad.
Yeah, Chad's a great guy, very intelligent. He founded and exited Skubana in the past. Like,
Right.
yeah, great guy, really knows his stuff. And when it comes to this, I think he's like he usually is. He's right on the money. Definitely need to be revisiting. I think it's a good thing that Amazon just did these hits, if you will, these fees, because it's going to be a wake up call. Somebody else named I forget his name, but he posted something and said, the next 6 months he predicts there's going to be, there's going to be a hard time for sellers that really know what they're doing, because there's a lot of other sellers that don't, and they're not raising their price. But in 6 months, they're probably going to go out of business. And the next 6 months is going to be this like fire sale where they're dropping their price and they just got to pay people. But after that, in perfect timing for Q4, know what you're doing and you've raised your prices and you have a solid business, it's going to be an amazing year.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is the direct impact, because you're dealing with the top line to increase the size of the pie of how much is going to come out of that sale. So you when you enlarge it, then you have a lot more to play with. And incremental changes. We're not talking about like raising from 79.95 to 89.95. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about 79.95, 79.87, 81.20, depending on, and again, this is all algorithm driven. And I had Chad on the podcast twice now. And first time was about a year ago. And then he was again on just a couple of weeks ago. It hasn't aired yet. So it's going to air by the time yours airs. It will be already on the air. And he shared some of the algorithms, and it's all BSR driven, competition driven, fully controlled. So I would definitely recommend every seller to, I'd say, use it. I mean, why would you not want to use a tool that will help you get more, you know,
at Prosper Show, you mentioned a couple of years back, there was the guys from Dr. Squatch soap, and I'm a fan of their branding. Like, their branding sort of speaks to me, and I'm their avatar. So they share this study of what they did on Amazon, and they were doing some years back. They were doing about 52 or 54 million in sales per year, and they were selling single bars of soap for $7.99 each. That's a lot of soap, right? So most businesses, including myself, I would have been guilty of this the majority of my career, if you will. I would have just been, don't rock the boat. Just leave this alone. That's 50 something million dollars, you know? And instead, fortunately for them, they decided that they were going to do away with their one bar because the Amazon fees were, you know, really eating it, and they could only sell the one bar for so much. And they decided they're going to sell the one bar on their site, but nothing but 3-packs on Amazon. So instead of adding a 3-pack at $21, they added a 3-pack at $27.99. So they increased their cost per bar $2 and sold it in a 3-pack. So now they don't have 3 Amazon fees, they have 1. They massively increased their profit margin, and now they're like a $400 million a year brand on Amazon. So really ultimately testing and playing with your price and seeing what that price is. I found my worst profit margin is when I have the bestseller badge. If I fight tooth and nail to maintain position number 1 organically for my best keywords, and I get bestseller badge, that is usually when my profit margin is the least. Whereas if I just play with my pricing, I raise my pricing, wifey's happier, I get to give raises, I get to have more profits to invest in more products, and I sit at number 4, number 5. I sell less units, but I crush it on profit. Nowadays, that's where I want to be.